Daniel's sleeping on my screen, bro. Open my stream, open my stream. There's somebody clipping. Oh! Dude! Dude, clip it!
What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about new information about Season 1, a possible remastered map, and some other surprise announcements. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I do have quite a few special announcements coming up this week regarding Black Friday, Cyber Monday, a lot of really cool opportunities thanks to my partners here on the channel. Definitely don't miss out on that. I have some other bonuses and giveaways that I'll also be announcing really soon, right around the holidays. You guys definitely don't want to miss out. But according to a new report from the Wall Street Journal, Bobby Kotick, the Activision CEO, did tell senior managers at Activision Blizzard he would consider stepping down if he can't quickly fix the company's culture problem. My response to this is, well, he's been there for how long, and clearly he has not solved any culture issues in how many years now, so I think everybody knows the obvious. If he steps down, that's immediately a step in the right direction for the culture problems over at Activision. So let's see what else happens with this. I'll keep you guys posted with more updates on this story. I'll make a full video once we get some other bombshell information at some point soon, and like I said, whenever I make a full dedicated video about this topic, I will of course donate all the proceedings to a very good cause. But we also have the shocking information from Charlie Intel, who did confirm Vanguard on PS5 is now $39 over at Walmart. Now you could argue, well, Black Friday is this week, so maybe it's a bit of an early start to the Black Friday sale, and sure, that is possible, but don't forget, people just bought the full game, what, a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago? People spent 70 bucks, if not more, on the game, and it's already being dropped by, what, 30 bucks? So I don't think Vanguard is as popular, in my opinion, as some people may think that it is, especially when it comes to the multiplayer. You know, when it comes to the viewership on YouTube and Twitch, that doesn't make or break a game's community. It doesn't really define how popular a game is or how successful it is. I get it. However, in most cases with Call of Duty, right, even for games like Black Ops 4 and Cold War, games that people claim are negatively received and weren't good, people still wanted to watch videos on those games. Not just talking about my channel, but a bunch of other COD channels as well. But it's just weird how people that peaked during Cold War or other previous Call of Duties are now at all-time lows with Vanguard, right? People that peaked with Modern Warfare seem to be doing fine or okay right now. Some people, that is. So Vanguard seems to have a really different type of audience, and I get it, right? Games aren't made for creators. That should be obvious by now. But if no one's buying and no one's watching, I find it hard to believe this game is a critical success. So let's see what boost Warzone does provide Vanguard at some point soon. If it does, maybe this game will have a massive turnaround after Season 1. But looking at how many free beta codes they gave out, how many free Ultimate Editions they gave away, it's not looking good for the game. It's going to be a really interesting year throughout 2022, and I'm hoping it's for better and not for worse. Would not want to see another downward spiral with the Call of Duty franchise, but let's be optimistic. Now, we also have an update from PlayStation Size, who already reported on the Season 1 cover art for Vanguard, the download size, patch information. I already went over that in a previous video, but he also tweeted out a Modern Warfare update that got added to the database, 1.46. He's claiming it is a big update, and the icon pick is still the same, at least until now. So I'm wondering if that's just a reference to the fact that once Season 1 does drop for Vanguard, that will impact the Modern Warfare application to account for the new season and to then start marketing Caldera a bit more. Or could this be for some type of switch for the application itself, where they detach Warzone from Modern Warfare and attach it to Vanguard? It's still a bit unclear what's happening with that. I'm sure a full blog post will be posted by Call of Duty in the next 2 weeks, which explain how that's going to work. But I feel like there's a lot of evidence from gaming scoopers right now that Warzone will be added to the Vanguard app, and that's how you boot up Caldera. Because if you look at how the marketing has worked so far, if you own a copy of Vanguard, you get to play Caldera 24 hours early on December the 8th. But if you don't own Vanguard, you can play it for free starting on the 9th. So in what way will they determine that you own Vanguard, right? How will they understand that you can play Caldera early or not? Well, if it's all in the same application, that might be how it works. But if that doesn't happen and it stays in the Modern Warfare application, then I still will guess that when Modern Warfare 2 comes out next year in fall of 2022, maybe then they'll attach the Warzone experience to that game, but it's a bit unclear. I mean, considering Modern Warfare and Vanguard are on the same engine, Cold War was not, I think now is a good time, or even next year, to finally move Warzone over to another app. We'll have to wait and see how that works. Maybe one day in the future, Warzone will have its own application standalone from any COD. I mean, anything could happen at this point. But we also have an update from a couple of different Call of Duty Warzone news accounts on Twitter who are claiming the following weapons will be dropped during Season 1. Again, subject to change. Take take it all with a grain of salt. It's just a rumor. We already know about the M1944 hide and even the well gun. Those weapons are actually noticeable on the Season 1 cover art, so those are probably guaranteed, right? People out there were pointing out what looks like a Tech 9, and to me that could be the Tech 9. People are claiming it could be a grease gun as well, an actual new weapon coming, and sure, that's plausible, but I think if that's a Tech 9, it would make sense considering you could still use Cold War weapons in Caldera, so it's not exactly out of the ballpark, right? But we also have written here the Nunchucks, PTRS-41 rifle, and a Barong blade. So the PTRS is a pretty popular sniper from World at War, and like I mentioned in previous videos, would not be surprised to see a lot of different content from World at War brought into Call of Duty Vanguard, whether it's maps, weapons, even modes, things that we haven't seen in a while, right? And I think it's ironic, right? World at War was the first Call of Duty to have a beta of sorts before Black Ops 3 brought it back, and even had a co-op campaign. I mean, World at War just hit different. Such a phenomenal game, so I'm glad that Vanguard is almost trying to be a spiritual successor, right? Gotta give props where props are due. But also let me know in the comments, what other weapons do you want to see return from Treyarch's fan favorite World at War? Now, before we continue on with more information about Season 1, let's go ahead and thank the sponsor of tonight's video. Now, tonight's video is sponsored by Monimals, available on one of the best platforms ever made, Nintendo Switch. You can dive into a world featuring unlimited hours of music making. There's a big contest going on amongst the world's best animal DJs. Armed with a big fishing rod and a plug, go fishing in deep waters to help the DJs catch all the Monimals. And you can then create your very own music in the Mono Maker. You can choose your favorite animal DJ, Retro Rabbit, Funky Frog, Techno Tiger, Rocky Rhino, or MC Scratch. Explore 28 beautiful oceanic courses full of hazards and challenges. Prepare for arena battles and catch tons of Monimals. Discover dozens of collectibles and even power-ups. Use the Monimals in the Mono Maker to create your own music. You can then listen to your own music in your self-created playlist during your fishing adventures. Switch instantly between music genres and listen to different styles of your own music. Create and use Monimal stamps for instant results. Compete in the offline Hot 99 charts and even go platinum. Rate or be rated, you can share your music creations online for others to download. Join weekly online contests and become the best musician possible. There really aren't any games like this. If you guys are ready, be sure to click on the special link down in the video's description, and thank you to Monimals for sponsoring tonight's video. Now back to the video, we have some more information from Gaming Scoopers regarding the operators in Season 1. So I went over a little bit of this in a recent video, but we now have an update on how this is going to work. So apparently the main Battle Pass person in Season 1 will be somebody by the name of Francis, as we see on the Season 1 cover art already, whereas characters like Isabella and Lewis, which you can also see, will be available through bundles. So these are going to be our 3 new operators, and I guess that's fine, rating 3 new operators per season, so to speak, but will they hit as hard as the operators we got in Black Ops Cold War? Will they look as cool? Will they have a cool enough backstory? Will we care about them in the cinematic cutscenes we get each season? That's what I'm wondering, right? I think as long as the storyline from season to season is somewhat as fluent and strong as the one we had for Cold War, then I think we'll be fine, and we'll begin to care about some of these characters. But for now, if you compare somebody like Francis to Stitch, it's like, well, let's see how intimidating the character is, right? Will he have a strong enough story to where we care about him for 6 full seasons after that? I'm hoping for the best, but for now, those are our 3 operators coming with the game. I'll keep you guys posted if any other updates are provided. And we also have something pointed out from the legend himself, Prestigious Key. His link is down below in the description. This could be another World at War remastered map, and the map itself is called Macon, which we can kind of see in the Season 1 cover art for Vanguard, unless it's just a similar looking structure that happens to take place near a beach. I mean, the map Macon from World at War, without a doubt, is going to make some type of return in Vanguard, whether it's in multiplayer or whether it's part of the island that we have in Caldera, one or the other. I think maps like Castle and Dome are phenomenal here in Vanguard, and it's great to see maps come back after, what, 12 years? That's ridiculous to think about. I mean, it's kind of the biggest gap that we have so far between when a map originally came out versus when it gets remastered. 12 years is a long time, so I think they're going to continue that trend this year, like I said earlier, with bringing back maps, modes, weapons that we just haven't seen in a while. So let me know in the comments, do you think this is the map called Macon from World at War? And will it be in either multiplayer or Warzone? You be the judge of that. It can even be in both, where it's a point of interest in Caldera that gets transported into a 66 experience, or an experience for Champion Hill, or another game mode that's coming out soon. Could be either or, and I'm excited for any map from World at War to return, since I think there's certain Call of Duties like World at War, Modern Warfare 2, even Black Ops 1, where I can faithfully say, wow, all of these maps are good. I can't really think of any maps from those games that I'm like, yeah, let me pass. They're all unique in their own ways. It's of course subjective. I just feel like a lot of those maps, if not all of them, are just strong enough to be remastered at any point in time, and I'll enjoy it nonetheless. I think Cold War did a great job with bringing back some absolute classics like Drive-In and Zoo, which somehow never got remastered once, but are better better than ever in the most recent Call of Duty from Treyarch, so we'll take it. But a quick update for you zombies fans out there. I always say that here on the channel I try to make at least 1 to 2 zombie videos a week, but as of right now there really isn't much going on in the zombie scene. Treyarch has been a little radio silent, probably preparing us for a big update in Season 1 for Anfang, hopefully the next map after that. It's unclear, but if zombies is that poorly received, I mean, they might not even update it at any point throughout Vanguard's life cycle. There's no season pass guaranteeing us anything, so who knows. But as of right now, a new Easter egg was solved over on Mauder Toten, surprisingly, dealing with the specific painting in a very certain room, and if you shoot it with a explosive of sorts, which I think is just going to be the thumper, then you will get this bubbly SpongeBob underwater type aesthetic on your screen, which could mean there is something more to do with this Easter egg. There could be other steps past this we don't know about yet. COD Zombies HQ also reported on it earlier and gave credit to the person who found this first. So if there are more steps, let's keep you guys posted in a future video, but for now it's something that I definitely didn't expect, and who knows what other side Easter eggs we still haven't solved in some of the other Cold War Zombies maps. But could that be a hint towards a possible Atlantis Zombies experience in a future Treyarch game? It certainly could, considering the ending of Forsaken, where Peck wants to go find those missiles that landed in the ocean after the Outbreak Easter egg, Operation Inversia. So we could end up getting an underwater Zombies experience, something like Atlantis, finally in Treyarch's next Call of Duty. Certainly plausible. I want to keep you guys posted with any other zombies updates that we do get. But speaking of zombies, you do have another update that I wanted to address in the case it is true. It doesn't really mean much, but apparently other objectives for Anfang were found, and they're referenced as Assault and Domination. Could be placeholder names, could be modes that we see in Season 1, or objectives I should say we see in a future update, or they could be nothing, right? Like I mentioned in yesterday's video, or the video I posted a day and a half ago, the rumor about grief and this, team versus team mode is actually leftover code from a scrapped experience in Modern Warfare Zombies 2019. That mode never released, for some reason it's leftover code for Vanguard. I guess considering Vanguard is on the same engine as Modern Warfare and they reuse a lot from that game, maybe that's how that information slipped over into Vanguard Zombies. Who knows how that happened exactly, but with that being said, more is definitely on the way for Anfang, but you just gotta hope it all releases. If the mode is that poorly received and nobody's playing it, Activision has no obligation to continue supporting it. That's just the way it works. Some people think that, if you bash developers and bash Activision, stick it to them, and you issue refunds, it's gonna make them add more content. No, they'll just pull the plug. They don't care. So it's not up to the developers in that case, it's up to the publisher, Activision. So keep that in mind whenever you do hate on zombies, right? Share your opinion, express your criticism, be respectful, talk about what could be better about it. That's what I did in recent videos. I try my best to be optimistic about it, and that's the only way you really could do it. But last and definitely not least, we have another rumor from the infamous Ralph over on Twitter. An individual has been posting some oddly specific information over the past couple of weeks regarding upcoming Call of Duties, Modern Warfare 2 2022, Treyarch's next game, and some other Call of Duty related topics, right? Even Modern Warfare 2 Remastered multiplayer being scrapped indefinitely. I mean, he's been posting a lot of very oddly specific things, but other gaming scoopers out there like Modern Warfare 2 Ghost, Tom Henderson, Ghost of Hope, even Charlie Intel chimed in on this today. They're claiming that the information he posted as of recently is not legit, including a rumor that Activision is considering stopping the annual Call of Duty cycle. Now, there are 3 possibilities here. 1, he's completely lying and has been the entire time, or 2, he had legitimate information at one point, but is really seeking that attention, loves the clout, and is just adding on to his stories now, just making things up to go along with the little bits that were true. Or it's even possible that he's innocent and he's being fed false information, thinking that it is true from a quote-unquote source, and the source could be Dude Trust Me, so we'll have to wait and see in time how legitimate this Ralph guy really is. So I do plan on making a video over on Facebook Gaming where I'll talk more about my thoughts on this topic, but to kind of briefly touch on it here, I think with that rumor, it's somewhat plausible if something major does go down with Activision Blizzard to where, hey, development's being halted, people aren't working, there's a bunch of walkouts, there's riots, I mean, so many things could happen to where, yeah, that could impact the annual cycle, sure, but they haven't missed the game in well over a decade, so for that to happen, I think something drastic would need to occur. And yeah, maybe they end up considering, you know what, Warzone is our baby now. It's the money-making machine. It's the heart and soul of the franchise now. So we don't have to release a game every year with campaign, multiplayer zombies. They can just update Warzone, add a new map to that, add more modes. Maybe they'll consider that one day. It's totally plausible, but I think if anything, real quickly to put this in short, I think if anything, that would benefit every developer so much more. And that could even, bridge the possibility of devs working together, right? Having a game that's made by all development teams to make the absolute best Call of Duty you've ever seen with so much damn content you don't know what to do with it. And then that game could be updated for maybe 2, 3, 4 years until their next game comes out where all devs work together. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on new information regarding Season 1? How do you feel about the possible remastered map, which is called Macon from World at War, silly name? And also, what are your thoughts on the other surprise announcements we went over? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.